What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels? Welcome back as always. So, I already did a video and showed you guys this 14.7 inch Palmetto State Armory chrome lined FN barrel build that I put together and I've got to go try out. And I told you about the optic I've got on here, which is one of the primary arms 1:6 scopes. I wanted to give you a little more detail on this scope. So this is 1:6 variable, but it's a second focal plane scope. Now I also have on one of my older go-to 16-inch ARs one of their 1:6 Raptor scopes. Now the Raptor, while it's a 1:6 like this, it is a first focal plane, not a second focal plane, and it's an ACSS reticle, but it's a different ACSS reticle than this one. Not a lot different, but a little bit. So for those of you that don't know, let me cover a couple of things real quick. Second focal plane versus first focal plane. First focal plane, like my Raptor, as you change magnification, the reticle itself also gets larger and smaller in correlation with the magnification of the scope. So on 1x, you're going to have a fairly small reticle. On 6x, you're going to have a lot bigger reticle. On a second focal plane scope, the reticle never changes size regardless of the magnification that it's on. It's always the same. So that's kind of the difference between the two. This one is the first focal, second focal plane. The Raptor is the first. Get it right in a minute. You guys all know I'm a big fan of these. It's pretty much primary arm stuff across the board, be it 1:6, 1:8s, the 3X, Prisms, the Cyclops. It's kind of what I've gone to across the board on all my guns. I like this scope for the purposes that I want to use it for. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of comparison and see which I like better. Now I like them both. You can't go wrong either way. But depending on what you're primarily going to do with the gun, what role it's going to play for you in your setup, or if it's your only gun and you got to have a general purpose one, that might be kind of what I distill this down to. If you were only going to have one and you needed a general purpose fighting optic, which would be better? This simple 1:6 second focal plane, or the slightly more expensive 1:6 Raptor that is a first focal plane? There's pros and cons both ways. This one's probably going to be kind of a general purpose woods gun for me. In other words, it gets me a little bit more barrel length than say one of my 10.5, 11.5 inch pistols, but it's not quite as big overall as a standard 16-inch barrel gun. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit handier, especially for, you know, out in the woods and stuff where you got thick brush. With the reticle staying the same size all the time, when you're on 1x, you got a nice big reticle. It's super fast, easy to use, especially in thick woods where you're really going to be running 1x anyway. But it gives you that capability if you've got line of sight to a further target that you want to engage at a distance. You've got the ability to crank that up to 6x and, you know, give you a fair amount of magnification for better observation of a target, better target ID, and obviously better accuracy. Now it doesn't change the physical accuracy of the gun. I've got to say that for some people because they'll swear that's what I'm saying. No, it doesn't change the physical accuracy of the gun, but it allows you to be more accurate with the gun because of the magnification. That's what magnified scopes do for you. Anyway, that's kind of the short and sweet of it. It's typical of all primary arm scopes. You've got good caps on there. You've got your adjustments in there. Nice and simple. The whole top and the turret turns. Good positive clicks. It's all great there. You've got your illumination on the side right here. Illuminates the reticle nicely if you want to go that route. I find I don't always need it, but it's there if you do. Here's your battery compartment on the side. Nice and simple there. It's got a good fit on it. While I wouldn't go diving off a submarine with it, you could easily drop it in a ditch full of water and be perfectly fine. On the right side of the scope, where your windage adjustment's at, when you take the cap off, you've got a spare battery in the cap right there. So it comes with a battery installed and a spare. So you got two batteries right there. Standard 2032 watch battery. Bada bing. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's pretty much it. Oh, and you've got obviously your diopter here at the back, so you can adjust the focus on the reticle to your eye. My fellow astigmatism suffering people, you'll like that. Works great. What else? That's pretty much it, guys. It's just a simple, functional scope, and you know, for a little over $200, that's kind of hard to beat for an etched reticle scope with a reticle like this ACSS reticle that has illumination capability, the diopter, the durability that this thing has got. Good option. Really good option. So once I get out with this gun and we can run it some, we'll do a combo of what kind of accuracy can we get out of the gun itself when we start that, how's it run and handle, and how's it run and handle in conjunction with the scope. How does the scope perform in doing closer range stuff, and then how does it perform when you start cranking up the magnification and using that 6x and reaching out a little bit. So Primary Arms, another great scope from them, and keeping the price right. I'll put a link in the description to my blog page where I will have a link to the scope and mount if you're interested in one. I will also have it posted on the Facebook page with a link. I can't put a link here on YouTube. Sad face. Alright, that's enough on this one. Take care. Get out there and train. Train a lot. Train often. I'll see you later.